because I know that we're going to, I think it's to the computer because afterwards you're going to send both of us the MP4 file and
Yes.
then we can both upload it to our Facebook audiences.
Okay, perfect. All right, it's
Uh,
recording, and I guess we can edit this part out, hopefully.
yes. Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Aisha Quin, and this is the Dr. Quin Show, where we help entrepreneurs build a meaningful business and life by design. Today, we have a wealth expert who has joined us, who has created an engaging series on wealth called Black Wealth Matters. Chicago, Illinois native Serria Rego grew up understanding that hard work didn't lead to wealth. She chose finance as a major when confronted with the expense of medical school. She simply wanted to work where there was unlimited financial opportunity instead of an extra 5 years of education. Syria considers herself to be lucky to not only have a finance degree, which is rare for women of people of, and women of, and people of color, but also to have worked for several different firms. Her views were also shaped by her 7 years as a domestic and international model with clients such as Tommy Hilfiger, Guess, Yves Saint Laurent, and Yahoo. Now, as an advocate for Black lives and justice, she realizes that finance is much more than money. It's safety, hope, and protection, and she enjoys sharing what she has learned by training and mentoring new financial professionals. So I just want to thank you, Sarah. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking the time to sit down with us and being a guest on the show. And I really want to ask you, what inspired you to create this series, Black Wealth Matters?
Thank you for having me, Miss Aisha. And it's Serria like Maria with an S. It's
Saria.
yeah, like Maria with an S. It looks confusing, and I get Sierra. I literally get Sierra all the
It's
time.
a beautiful name.
Yeah, they're all cute, right?
Yes.
But in terms of what created, what made me want to create the show, um, or the series, Black Wealth Matters, an educational series, what happened was after George Floyd, I really just started looking at where we are as a people. And my background is finance, as you just read, and everything that I've kind of looked at prior to was always in relationship to money. Like I would read books about the start of money, what the 1% has done since the times of the Romans, and the first Black fortunes, about the first six Black millionaires out of slavery. Like everything was always, I always was curious about money, and obviously we're doing the best as a people that we've ever done, right? We have millionaires, we have billionaires, and we're doing great financially as a people, but we're still vulnerable. And I was like, why is that? And I just started thinking about it. I was like, it's not money, because to a hammer, everything looks like a nail. To a finance person, the solution is always money. But I was like, it's not money. I think it's all of it. I think systemic racism impacts everything. And so me and my team is full of allies. We look like the United Nations. So if anyone goes to our Instagram at BWM series, you'll see it's like Latin, Caucasian, Indian, me, and it's a small group of us, but we're very diverse, and we were all like equally outraged. And we all started discussing. We were like, yeah, it's all of it. So I talked to a friend that you and I have in common, Aisha Boy, who's the state's attorney. And I'm so like, I'm I have amazing people around me. And as an adult, when I talk to people, I'm very present to their amazingness. But Aisha and I met when we were kids. So my conversation with her almost stays at that kid place, like makeup, clothes, boys, and I'm just like I was completely oblivious to the caliber and the progressiveness of her as a politician. And so being just clueless, I'm like, Aisha, I want to do this series. And I want to talk about voting. I feel like voting is a big deal. We need to understand that better. And I was like, do you know anybody that can speak? Me asking her, do you know anybody that can speak? Now, if any of you guys know Aisha Braveboy, just Google her, go to YouTube, put her name in, and you'll see that she's the person that can speak, right? But I didn't know that because it's
Absolutely.
makeup, clothes, voice. And so I'm like,
Right.
yeah. And then she's like, Serria, I can speak. And I was like, can you? Me. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed by it now. I'm like, but can you? Because I really want to make sure that they talk about the past and the present and then what we need to do for the future. She was like, Serria, I can. I was like, oh, okay, well then you do it. And then I started going on to the next subject. And she gives me her bio. All my speakers give us their bio, and I'm distributing it to my team. And I'm like, okay, you guys, we're making a website. Just nail it down to like a paragraph. Just give me a paragraph bio. I tell all my team, I get Aisha's, and it's still the full page. And I was like, I'm like, Kathy, my partner, Kathy, I asked for a paragraph. Can you shrink it down? She was like, I can't. It's too good. And I was just like, and then I started,
That's too much work.
it's too much work. And oh my God, Aisha, this was the first time I read it. I read her bio and I started shaking. I literally started shaking and I was just like, oh my God, like I had tears in my eyes. I'm shaking. I call her immediately. Thank God she didn't pick up because that conversation would have been super weird. So,
Absolutely.
so weird. It was still weird 24 hours later when she called me. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm like, and she wasn't there. So, of course, I called my mom and I'm like, Mama, my girlfriend is amazing. And
Yeah.
I tell my mom, and my mom's like speechless. And the next day, I'm going to work out, and she calls me at 6 o'clock in the morning while I'm on my way to my hiking trail. And I was already talking to my mom at that time. And before Aisha could even say anything, I clicked my mama in the phone call too. And we just both started like squealing at the poor lady. And she doesn't know what the hell is going on. And I'm just, you know, and I hope that I'm conveying the level of like expertise and sophistication and progressiveness that she has, because when you register for the event, you're going to get all that. And she's just nothing short of a powerhouse. Nothing short.
Shout out to State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy representing Prince George's County, Maryland. So wonderful. That is awesome. Just to get a glimpse of kind of who's involved in the series. But who is the series for? You know, is it for a certain demographic, or can you
Thank you
expand
for
on that?
asking that. Yes, yes, yes. So, you know, when you put Black anything into something, it does make people feel like, oh, I can't come because I'm not Black. And
Right.
the reality is that we've been going everything, and you know, we're not anything in particular either. But um, the intention of it is really for all Americans, whether they're immigrants, current, it doesn't matter if they're in America or have a love for America. It's really for them to understand our history, because and understand it from experts, because right now with the internet, everyone's an expert.
Right.
Everyone's an expert. You know, you can do your own hair, now you're a beautician. You can do your own makeup,
Exactly.
now you're a makeup artist. You got a six-pack, now you're a personal trainer. So everyone's a makeup, an expert, and that's just not true, you know.
Absolutely.
And
So
so
why
I want people to kind of step up their ears, step up their game and listening, and really listen to experts. You know,
that makes
like,
perfect sense.
and I feel like there's so much Black excellence right now that we don't have access to, because a lot of Black excellence, they're not on Instagram, they're not on Twitter, they're just not. They're out there impacting the world, and I want us to have access to those people. So it's for everyone.
It's for everyone. So everybody come and join this series and learn about why Black wealth matters. And so why is this particular series important for all people to participate in? What makes it unique, I should
So
say?
thank you. The Black Wealth Matters, what makes it unique is that it's the first series breaking everything down. It's not some panel with 50,000 experts. It's one expert who's telling you only about one area, the past of it, the present, and what we need to do in the future so that we can all be so we can create a better society, number one. And then my team and we're going to relate that same area to how it impacts wealth. And just to have a quick little tangent, super quick tangent, it's almost like we're all getting present to the impact of racism and wealth. I just read an article from a Yahoo Finance, a young woman named Kirsten Murray, and Citibank did an entire report about, and it was led by a Black woman, about the cost of racism. And it's to the tune of $16 trillion, Aisha. That's what racism costs, while we're trying to pacify a few lobbyists and a few people who own private prisons and all that good stuff. Is costing the country $16 trillion. So I wanted to just kind of take it down on a more of a macro level, and then talk about how it impacts people more, where we can hear it more for ourselves.
Absolutely, and what those ramifications have on communities, not only of color, but the whole society, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
So where is this series being held? Is there a link or in a date and a time so people can come and tune in?
Yes, and so the series is going to be the first Thursday of every month at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 Central, 7 Eastern. And it's going to be through a webinar. You have to register. You have to give us your email and your phone number. We have to make sure you're a real person, not a little racist troll. And we want to just, we have to have a level of safety, because whenever you put the word Black into anything, all the racist troll-ups come. So we want to minimize that and have some protection for the seriousness of the event. So they go to our website, which is bwmeducationalseries.com, and they register there, or they can look at our Facebook page. We have a Black Wealth Matters Facebook page. We have a Black Wealth Matters series event. We're on Eventbrite. So we're on Instagram at BWM Series. So we're trying to make sure that people can really tag us and get to us every different way. We've been doing a lot of appearances. Our speakers are doing appearances. So Aisha is one of our speakers. We have another speaker named Dr. Michael Dawson. He's a former Black Panther and a Harvard PhD. He's going to be talking about politics. We have a doctor who is a specialist in autoimmune and rheumatology. She's going to be talking about Blacks and health. We have a lawyer, an environmentalist lawyer. They're going to be talking about the impact of the environment on communities of color and poor. And last but not least, we're going to have a psychologist who just discusses all the trauma that we have to consistently always go through in this country, being a person of color.
That is fabulous. It sounds dynamic. So the first series is starting October 1st, correct?
Yes, October the 1st, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes.
Okay, we look forward to hearing more. And where can people find out more about you?
So if you go to the website, BWM Series, that's not the website, that's the Instagram. But if you go to the Instagram, you can click and find me, as well as all of our other team. There's a team of us. And if you go to the website and you go to Team Hero, we call ourselves Team Hero. And Hero stands for helping everyone rise out of despair, poverty, trauma. But anywhere there's Black Wealth Matters series, there's me and my team. So they can always just jump back and grab me.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again for your time, for putting together an incredible series that will help educate, inform, enlighten, and hopefully create progressive change for all Americans. So this sounds fabulous, and we're super excited to engage and to watch more.
I am too. Thank you, and it will create change.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's going to create change, and it's going to be the first kind of wave after all of these, the latest with Breonna Taylor, and just kind of ease our hearts a bit to see kind of some of the solutions that we can look forward to by hearing some of these experts in their fields give their, take, on everything.
Yeah, and it's going to give a lot of our allies real education and real direction so that we can all work together, because there's so many allies right now and they just don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it. They have good hearts. They're stressing and they're trying to figure out how to be a resource. There's so many interracial families that want to know how can we create the anti-racism movement as a way of lifestyle. Like, how can that become the new way of being? And the only way any of us will know is by listening to experts that eat, breathe, and sleep it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fabulous. Again, thank you, and we look forward to October 1st.
I know, I'm excited. All right, thank you, Miss Aisha. You have an amazing day.